Let's ask some individual questions to each candidate. We'll start with you, Mr. Rooney. Your critics say you moved to the district just to run for Congress. Are they right to use the word carpetbagger to describe you?
No, bottom line is that this district's not hurting from people moving into it. It's hurting from people moving out of it. And as a congressman, I will welcome new people into this district. I will encourage people to stay here, to move back here. I moved to Michigan. I'm one of the few people that moved to Michigan after I left active duty Marine Corps for a job. And then when my wife and I were in a very difficult situation with our third child who had a heart defect, and we were able to save his life at Mott Children's Hospital at University of Michigan, we decided we were staying here in Michigan. We were going to raise our children here with Michigan values. And we thought the best place to do it was in the 7th Congressional District.
But speaking of the district, though, when it comes to the issues, isn't it fair to say these two gentlemen have lived them their entire lives and you've tried to learn them in the last year?
No, the federal government, the Constitution, which I have studied and have advocated for at the Thomas More Law Center, conservative constitutional public law firm, requires that you live in the state, that you're a citizen of the country, and that you're 25 years old. You don't have to live in the district. When I moved to Michigan, I did not. I lived a couple miles from the district, but I knew the district well. In fact, all of us on the stage were not born and bred in the district. We're all newcomers to the district, so to speak. But sometimes when you live in a crisis so long, that crisis, you get used to it. And sometimes you need fresh eyes to a problem that's been there so long. And I offer those fresh eyes, that new leadership that this district so desperately needs.
Mr. Carlson, yes. Mr. Walberg has served in Congress. Mr. Rooney has not, but he has a brother who's in Congress currently. Considering your lack of, you haven't held political office, what qualifies you to be able to do the job once you get elected to Washington?
Well, I used to teach political science. I was a teaching fellow for 2 years at the University of Michigan, way back in the 70s. But more than that, I have real-world experience. I don't think we need career politicians back in Washington. I think they're the problem, not the solution. We need folks going to Washington who've had actual job creation experience, have worked in the community on a continuing basis, have actually built value in the community and given back to the community. Not folks who simply move into the district basically the week they announce. That's not who we want to represent the hard-working people of Michigan. I've spent my whole life here in southern Michigan. I've spent all of that time not only pursuing a business, but trying to make this community better. And I think that that counts for something. And it certainly counts much more than a political career when you are assuring your own self-preservation rather than the benefit of the community that you serve.
Mr. Walberg, your turn. 2 years ago, the voters of this district abandoned you. What makes you think that they're ready to give you another chance, to support you again, rather than have some new Republican blood in the race?
Well, we'll find out on August 3rd, won't we?
Yeah.
And we are appealing to the people who last time stood strongly with me. Remember, in this district, while I lost to Congressman Schauer, I lost by 2 points. Barack Obama defeated John McCain by 6 points. I did 10,000 vote better outcome in that election than John McCain in this district. I think that indicates something, as well as a strong approval rating that still is there, because I stood on the principles that I said I would. I represented the people according to the principles I promised to them. And it was a tough political year. It's changed now. People have the benefit of an experience of seeing this hope and change that has become a nightmare, that has become a takeover of their lives, their jobs, the manufacturing, the health care, the energy, so forth and so on that's gone on. And people are saying, you know something? Either I made a mistake last time, I'm going to remedy it this time, or I'm going to get out to the polls this time and make sure I can put into office someone that is a true, proven, principled conservative that I don't have to guess about. Jason, there are, in people's minds, the question comes up, you know, there are 435 of us in Congress. To worry about the 434, they don't have much choice. But they have a choice of saying, I don't have to worry about my own if I pick appropriately. And I think that's where it comes, having had 20 years of experience in the private sector, having had 18 years in elected office with a record that is significantly conservative to the point that all the key conservative groups of taxpayer organizations, Tea Party groups such as Dick Armey's group that's set aside for the Tea Party organizations have endorsed me because of the record. In the country, we say it's not a pig in a poke. We know this person. We know where he stands. And I think that's why they'll elect me on or nominate me on August 3rd.